Hi everyone, my name is Sakinah Hayani, Binti Najmuddin from HM2425B1. We would like to discuss the answer of Chapter 6, Part 1. For question 3, it stated that to calculate the future value of money at the end of the deposit period. For this question, you can refer to the Table 5 in the handouts given under the subtopic Rate of Return. For annual period, the formula of future value is PV in bracket 1 plus interest power of period in a year. So the calculation will be 5,000 times 1 plus 10% power of 10. Hence, the total for future value is 12,968 and 71 cents. Meanwhile, for the semi-annually, the formula will be PV in bracket 1 plus interest divided by 2 power of period times frequency where interest is compounded in a year or also known as M. So the calculation will be like 8,000 times with 1 plus 11% divided by 2 power of 11 times with 2. So the total value of future value is 25,980 and 30 cents. Then for quarterly, the formula will be PV in bracket 1 plus interest divided by 4 power of T times M. So the calculation will be 12,000 times with 1 plus 12% divided by 4 power of 12 times 4. Hence, the total future value is 49,587 ringgit and 2 cents.
Hello, my name is Nurin Afrina. I would like to continue for question 3. For a daily period, the formula for future value is present value times with 1 plus interest divided by 365 a year power of T time with M. The calculation will be 15,000 times in bracket 1 plus 30% divide 365 day and power of 4,745, and the total for future value is Rm 81,267 ringgit and 75 cents. And the last for semi-annual period, the calculation will be calculated by using the formula present value times 1 plus interest divided by 2 and power of T times M. Thus, the calculation will be 20,000 times with 1 plus 14% divided by 2 and power of 28, and the value for future value is 132,976 ringgit and 77 cents. This is how we'll solve the question 3 in chapter 6. That's all.
Hi, my name is Shafitrah, so I'm going to continue with the question number 4. As part of the future planning, Rizal Motor would like to buy a new machine 5 years from now. The cost of the new machine is 100,000. If Rizal saves 60,000 in the financial institution with 12% interest rate per annum, would it be sufficient to purchase the new machine? What is the minimum amount Rizal must save now if he wants to buy the new machine in 5 years? So we are going to focus first question in this segment, which is if Rizal saves 60,000 in the financial institution with 12% interest rate per annum, would it be sufficient to purchase the new machine? So for this question, it is actually have two solutions, which is for the first one, we can use the formula under future value interest factor, because future value interest factor under compound cash flow is used to calculate the single cash flow that is invested now and keep for specific period or time at specific interest rate. So here we can see the question gives us 12% interest rate within 5 years. So to calculate this question by using the formula, the 60,000 amount of saving by the result times with the formula, which is 1 plus 10, and power of 5. Why? Because 5 for the 5 years. And we will get the answer 105,740 and 50 cents. So it means if Rizal invests 60,000 now with 12% interest rate, in 5 years, the amount will be 105,740 and 50 cents. Or for the second solution is by using table 3 to ease the calculation. Example, here is the example of the future value interest factor table. So because of the question state that for 5 years, we are going to see the column of the period for 5 stands for 5 years, and we are going to see the column of 12% because here it states that the interest rate per annum is 12%. So when we see this row, we will get the answer, which is 1.762. So here is represented by 1.762. So we can times the saving that result have, which is 60,000 times with 1.762, and we will get 105,720. So here we can say yes, it is sufficient for result to buy the new machine, because when we calculate the answer, if would it be sufficient to purchase the new machine, we get the answer here above than 100,000. So again, yes, it is sufficient for result to buy the new machine. Thank you.
For the next question, in question 4 is, what the minimum amount Rizal must save now if he want to buy the machine in 5 years? So, the question asks the minimum amount Rizal must save now for buy a new machine for the upcoming 5 years. This question, we are going to use this formula, present value. Alright, if for the 16,000 of investment with 12% interest rate for 5 years is 105,740 and 50 cents, or 105,720 ringgit. So what we can expect for the below 16,000 with 12% interest for upcoming years, the amount will be less than both amount for 16,000 of investment. So here we are going to calculate by using below than 16,000. And first we estimate to use value 15,800 times 1 plus 12% power of 5. Then we will get 102,196 ringgit. Next, we estimate 57,000 times 1 plus 12% power of 5. Then we will get 100,000 for 134 ringgit measures. The last, we estimate 56,000 times 1 plus 12% power of 5, and then we will get 98,672 ringgit. Therefore, the minimum amount is Rm 57,000, which for upcoming 5 years it will be 100,434, represent the minimum amount that Rizal must save from now. I think that's all for question number 4. Thank you.
Hi everyone. For the last question, it will be presented by me, Nadhirah Amera. For question 5, it asks us to calculate the present value of money at the end of the deposit period. Therefore, from the question, we know that present value interest factor is used to calculate single cash flow. Therefore, this formula can be used to calculate the present value of money. For alternative A, the single cash flow is 6,000. Therefore, we use this formula to calculate. 6,000 divided by 1 plus interest rate 10% and times with discounted period, which is power 10. And the answer will be 2,313 ringgit and 26 cents. For alternative B, 12,000 divided by 1 plus 11% for inflation rate and times by power 11. For alternative C, the single cash flow is 14,000 divided by 1 plus 12%, which is inflation rate, and we look at the discounted period times by power of 12. And the answer will be 3,593 ringgit and 45 cents. Next is alternative D. Single cash flow is 17,000 divided by 1 plus 13% and power by 13. And you will get 3,470 ringgit and 80 cents. And for the last alternative, which is alternative E, the single cash flow is 22,000 divided by 1 plus 14%, and it will be power off with 14. Therefore, calculate all this value and you will get 16,698 ringgit and 53 cents. Or you can also refer to the table for the easiest way. This one is table 1, present value of 1 ringgit. For alternative A, the single cash flow is 6,000 and the inflation rate is 10%. And you look at the discounted period is 10. Therefore, you just refer to the table, which is 10% and discounted period is 10, and it will be 0.386. For the present value, you can count by 6,000 times with 0.386 and you will get 2,316. For alternative B, the single cash flow is 12,000 and the inflation rate is 11%. Therefore, you look at the discounted period here is 11. Okay, so for the inflation rate is 11% and discounted period is 11, therefore 0.317. And the value 12,000 times by 0.317, it will be 3,804. For alternative C, the single cash flow is 14,000 and the inflation rate is 12. How about the discounted period? Discounted period is 12. Therefore, you look at the table 12% and the discounted period 12 will be 0.257. And therefore 14,000 times by 0.257, you will get 3,598 ringgit. For alternative D, 17,000, inflation rate is 13 and the discounted period is 13 also. Therefore, you look at the table 30% and the discounted period will be 0.204 and the present value is 3,468 ringgit. And for the last one, single cash flow is 22,000. The inflation rate is 14. The discounted period is 14. Therefore, you refer to the table 14,000, 40%. And the discounted period 14 will be 0.160. Therefore, 22,000 you times by 0.160 and you will get 3,520 ringgit. And the next step, you calculate all the values here and you will get 16,706. But bear in mind, answer for solution 1 and for solution 2 is different because of rounding figures. I think that's all from our group. Thank you so much.